Welcome everyone to this edition of Talented Universe. Just a little note, we are having problems again with Facebook. Facebook's been driving me crazy, but I think it's on a couple of our Facebook streams and it's definitely on YouTube and LinkedIn. So first of all, welcome. This is, we're in August now. This is the second day of August 2025. And I'd like to introduce Marcia as our co-host today. Marcia, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you.
And Liz, how are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. And if I could take the chance to introduce a returning guest, Miss Vanessa Nottingham, which I absolutely adore everything that she's been in from being a child. And yes, I have followed you since the Dhar Mondays. And I've seen some things that I didn't even talk to you about before when we reviewed Campus Rivals. So you're here to talk to us a bit more about what's been going on and just some unique stuff about yourself.
Awesome. Thank you for having me again. I'm really excited.
We were so excited that you said yes to come on with us. So let me start in the chat room. And let's see, Tassius May says, hello, Vanessa. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
And and then Wanda says, hey, Vanessa, my favorite vertical actress.
Aw, hi, Wanda.
And then Justin says, whatever. Vanessa has Blake Lively hair. Whatever works for Vanessa, that is fine with all of us. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Liz today because I know she's got some stuff.
No, I have a few things, but I'll let everybody else. I actually wanted to start out, if we can go way back to when you were a child. I have heard from different sources 3 different ages, so I want you to verify it.
Okay.
When you started out, you were a child actress, but I have heard that you started out at 3, at 5, at 7, and 11. So which are the actual ages that you truly started to step out and become an actress? And what inspired you to do that and who influenced you?
Got it. Okay. I guess this is interesting. So I started out in ballet at like age 3, 4. Did that for a little bit. Hated it. I was not a flexible kid. I was so, I don't know, maybe it was ADHD or something. I couldn't keep up. So then all of a sudden my parents put me into like this acting school for film, for on-screen acting when I was 7. And I did that for a long time. I just thought it was fun. It was really to get me out of my shell, be comfortable talking. I'm half Brazilian and my dad's from New York, so my mom's from Brazil. So it was a bilingual household. So, just to make sure that I was caught up on, the reading level, skills, things like that, writing in English, they wanted to make sure they put me into an acting class. And they thought, oh, this will improve her all around, which it did. I love reading. I think I'm a decent writer, things like that. But so I started that at age 7. And then when I was 11, one day, it was the first time I watched Harry Potter and I absolutely adored it. But then it clicked and I was like, wait a second, I could do acting as a career. And it just hit me. So I went to my parents. I was like, hey, we need to talk. And I was like, we need to talk. I want to be an actor. Like, I need to do this legit. Like, I'm not going to be a lawyer. I'm not going to be a doctor. This is what I want to do. And so from that point on, my parents, huge, my biggest supporters and always there for me, continued to put me in classes, got me agents. And I did a whole bunch of stuff in Miami at the time, where I was living in Miami, Florida, until I moved out here 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking, since you kind of brought that in a little bit, I was going to ask you this later, but you kind of tagged it in. When you moved out here, could you tell us a bit about some of your favorite memories of packing up the car and a 10-day trip with your dad? From Florida here?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It was so fun. He was crazy. I mean, like, I love my dad. And of course, like, being with your parent for 10 days, you kind of get a little rowdy sometimes and you can get some fights start up. So one of my favorite memories is that we were doing the road trip. I got brand new tires on my car. So like we thought we were set. We stop in the middle of Texas, like no one is around. And my dad's like, I'm going to drive the car. Like, you drove for all this time and we're fighting. And I'm like, use the GPS. He's like, I know where I'm going. So we're fighting. All of a sudden, bam, the tire pops
Oh no.
in the middle of nowhere in Texas. And then it just continues where this guy helps us. My dad's like, Southern hospitality. How nice. And I'm like, Dad, we don't trust strangers. We don't trust strangers. The guy didn't help us. And it turned out the guy wanted money in return. So my dad had to pay him like a 50 after. But that was just so funny because I'm like, you see what I mean? And then, I mean, we just visited a lot of really cool sites along the way. We went to Memphis and stuff like that. So San Antonio, it was cool.
That's cool. Before I go on to a lot of my other questions, I'll let Marcia have her jump in here.
I remember a kind of similar road trip my sister and I made from Florida to Los Angeles or Long Beach, where she was going to work for a couple of years. And I remember Texas, which just seemed to stretch forever. And they have these signs that say, don't even speed here, stuff like that. So I can relate to your road trip. And we also had car problems in Texas. So I don't know, maybe they've got a thing going there.
They're doing it on purpose.
Right. But then we also thought we were being chased by aliens when we went across the Area 51, but that was something else. So looking at your internet persona, I noticed your website. I really liked your opening picture, which is black and white. The one that I saw. What made you choose that kind of photograph? It really captures the attention.
Yeah, so that was taken by my friend Miguel, who's a wonderful photographer. And I'm actually he's also a DP, and we're doing a short film, I believe next week. We're scheduled to film that. And yeah, like it just, for me, I think I had a camera in that one, right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, that just encompassed more of who I am, I think. Whereas, yes, I am an actress, and acting has always been my main priority. But I'm also at my core, it's like I'm a storyteller, and I produce and I direct, and I've done everything to make a movie happen before, and I have my own production company. And so I found that photo is just, it's just me. It's like, yes, here I am, I'm modeling, but at the same time, it's like I'm also having a camera in my hand because I just love making movies and film.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a beautiful opening to the rest of your information there. I really appreciate that. One of the questions that actors like you, I'm sure, get asked is, what does it take to succeed in the business? And now we're kind of talking about verticals here. So what do you tell people, or kind of distill down to, if you want to make it in verticals, what do you need to know in essence?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is that you have to be motivated. You have to be motivated because there's going to be a lot of times where sometimes you always don't get the best script, or you don't get enough time to prepare. Whereas in a bunch of other productions outside of the vertical world, you tend to have more of a prep time for everything, for the actors, for the crew, for the creators. This is all fast paced. So as long as you're motivated and you're putting in the effort, you're going to see results, and hopefully good results. Because again, you're going to have to memorize 15 pages every night if you don't get the script ahead of time, or you're going to have to memorize 90 pages within the first few days that you do get the script, so you can be on top of it. So it is a lot is happening, and not all the time you don't always feel good about the work that you're doing. And I guess I'm speaking about myself, but I don't always feel good about the work I'm doing because sometimes it's, it feels rushed. But as long as I can come in super prepared, the best that I, with some sleep that I have, and put my best foot forward, then that's where, you can trust the work that you put in, and hopefully you see a good product and a good result. But yeah, being motivated is the biggest thing, I think.
And I remember on your first time here, when we were talking about Campus Rivals, that one thing that was talked about is humor, becoming with an attitude of a smile, and making sure that people are having a good time as no matter what is happening.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Anyone who's in the film industry, you're doing it because you love it. I think Matt Damon, he was interviewed once, and he mentioned that someone asked him, "Hey, should I be an actor?" And he said to them, "No, don't be an actor. Because if you have to ask me, you don't want it enough." And I think that's very true for anything in the film industry. It is very difficult, and it takes a mental toll on you. And if you're not prepared mentally, physically for it, it's gonna, I feel like, eat you alive in a way. So yeah, you come in with a good attitude. You want to be, if you are doing this, you want to be there. And so make sure you're coming to set with a happy attitude, because you're doing it. You're living the dream of some sort, whatever that looks like. You're on the journey.
Thank you. I know, Michael, we've got some things going on in the chat.
Yeah, lots of things, and but it's like, anyway. But I just got a message from somebody else that just wanted to say hi to you. They are filming right now, and they wish they could, torment you online, but they can't. And that is, of course, Eric.
Oh.
So Eric says hi.
Well, I say hi back to Eric. And I hope he doesn't mess up his scenes.
Well, I hope not either. No, that would not be fun. But, I'm sure they're just getting into makeup and all that kind of stuff about right now. Or even worse, it's the middle of the night and he's up and he's not supposed to be. I don't know which.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what time.
I think it's like 3 a.m. there.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Or they're filming in the night. Who knows? But anyway, life is good. But we've got a couple of highs and other things, and saying how wonderful you are. But then Lee D. Glover says, "I love Vanessa's role in Python Attack, Run," and then he says, "Campus Rival was so good too."
Oh, thank you.
And then Tasia says, "Wow, to know at such a young age that you wanted to act. That's amazing."
Yeah, I'm lucky.
And then another co-star from Campus Rivals.
Oh, boy.
From Adam Santa Cruz, "I love Vanessa."
Oh, I love Adam. I miss Adam and Eric and all of them.
All of them, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Leo also says, "I love Vanessa. She's my favorite actress of all time."
Oh, that's so sweet.
And Wanda says, "Claire is my favorite character in Campus Rivals."
Oh, yeah, she's mine too, obviously.
Is that one of the most favorite characters you've played so far, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. One of my top favorite characters.
One reason you'd like to act her again, I should say.
Oh yeah, I would love. The things that we've discussed about Campus Rivals too, like it feels like it gets better and better. Adam already wrote. We've talked about so much about it, but Adam wrote such a great script and such well-developed characters, such three-dimensional, fun to play with. So yeah, I think it will be exciting if we get to do when we get to do a season 2.
There you go.
And, get to see where all of them end up, and get to explore more.
Until 3 comes out, right?
Until 3. And then when the 3rd comes out, but what's fun is because these characters are at such a young stage, such at a developmental stage of their lives. Like Claire is written as 18, 19, Chad Xavier like 2021 to 21. So it's cool to see like the mistakes and the innocence and the how naive they are at this stage, and then to see like where do we take them from a year from now or from 2 years from now if we time jump in that sense, and how do they mature and grow, stuff like that. I think it would be really cool to see.
Okay, we've got a couple more comments. They're all starting to come in now. Nate asked, what part of Brazil is your family from?
So my family is from Santa Catarina, specifically Florianópolis. So
with that accent, I heard. Yes.
Yeah. So we're a beach family. We all are on like the coast, which is nice. I can't wait to go back. I'm going back for Christmas.
Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Edward Kazanigan, loved Campus Rivals. I wonder what happened to Hannah. There should be a part 2.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I just wonder what's going to happen to all of them. I mean, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Only Adam knows for sure.
Yeah. It's not written yet, so I don't know what's going to happen. We have ideas, or Adam has ideas.
Adam has ideas, yeah. Yeah, he should just do something, just come on and join us, but
I agree.
But he's just,
He's so busy.
I know. Is he filming too?
Big for us.
I think so.
Yeah. He probably is.
He was away for a little bit. And then I think he's back to filming.
Yeah, most likely. It seems like you're all mostly filming most of the time.
I know. I'm so happy we finally got this day to work out.
I know.
I felt so bad that I had to switch it last minute last time. So
hey, look, I'd like that versus a 10-minute warning.
Yeah, that is true.
Which I've had, sadly.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And not 10 minutes before, but that's a whole other story. But no, I'm happy we could do it. And as I said, I try to accommodate because I know you guys are very busy. I've said it before. Sometimes I have to wait months after I contact vertical drama actors because they get last minute gigs, and I say, look, it's money. You go for that. That's what you're there for. So when you do have time to yourself, which doesn't sound like much, what do you enjoy doing?
Well, I love the beach. I adore the beach. I also love going to the movies. I mean, honestly, even sometimes after work, as long as I'm caught up on everything, like I'm at the movies. I'm at the latest showing. And then I also love running and going to the gym. I just like activities. Like I like to get out and move. You
don't like to just sit at home and not do anything?
No, I'm not good at rotting. Like
You're not? Okay.
No, I wish, and maybe it's like anxiety or something, but I'll just I'll sit on the couch and I'll put on a movie, and it's only if it's like 11 or 12, at night. And I'm just there and I'm like, okay, finally I can sit here. But if I do it, even today I'm calling it my press day because I've done a few interviews today. But if I sat on the couch today just rotting, I'd be miserable.
Well, there you go. So just to get you active, we'll go back to Liz.
Okay, I did have a couple of questions. One is I heard somewhere that just briefly when you first started out, you worked for HBO as a wardrobe assistant, tapping on labels and stuff to different wardrobes that were being returned. Did any of that, glancing around and looking at it at that point, help kind of maybe solidify certain things with you with working behind the camera and how you maybe came to develop Divergent House?
Oh, okay. Yes. So, I mean, one, it was just so cool to be on the Sony lot. That was amazing. I got my own, I got a little golf cart and I drove it around. And there was a few times where I would go on runs for the costumes, or I would have to pick up food and I'm like, I'm just going to take a little detour and just keep going around. I'm like, oh, that's where Spielberg was, or that's where this was shot. That's cool. And then they're like, why are you late? I'm like, I don't know. Traffic.
I got lost.
I got lost. Yeah. But it was so fun to be on the lot. And yeah, I mean, I learned from everything I do, every job, whether in the past, whether it was in the industry or not. There's always a lesson to be learned. And I had a great costume head, a manager that was overseeing everything, a supervisor. And I mean, she was just so organized about everything when it came to, pick up, drop off, how our units looked, our storage unit looked, everything. And I was the pre-production PA for all of that. So I was in charge of, organizing all that. And so when it came down to when we started creating Divergent House, I took a lot of that organization skills that I learned and just seeing how they put everything in place. And I just took that with me. And I was like, okay, well, we're going to definitely need like a little label, whatever it's called, label maker. That's like the first thing I bought. I was like, we need a label maker. And yeah.
That actually, though, I saw that. I'm like, I wonder if that actually helped her. So that kind of gives me a little bit of understanding how you came about with Divergent House.
And a lot of respect for, I mean, all the costume teams that I work with. I mean, I am never, I don't, it's rare that I'll ever just be like, take it off and then throw it on the ground. I just, I know what it's like being on the other side of it. And yeah, just having that kind of respect.
Well, I know for Lighthouse Industries, you also had a pretty good foundation into, setting up schedules and the call sheets and things like that. Mm-hmm. So you pretty well got grounded with some of the basics.
Yeah. So Lighthouse was in college. That was a friend of mine started that. And then I created my own, which I still own, which is called VDog Productions, which I did like my feature and miniseries. And then when I came out here, I formed another Divergent House with two. Right. Yeah.
My daughter wanted to say something to you, and she had actually wanted to say something to you before, back when we were on with Campus Rebels. She's a huge horror fan, but not, the horror that's like Walking Dead graphically horror. Mm-hmm. She likes more the murder mystery comic horror. Mm-hmm. And she had seen 2 or 3 things that you have done. And she had come in, I don't know if you had caught it when we were doing Campus Rivals, but she was just off to my shoulder, and she was whispering to me, and I didn't get it. And she wanted to ask me when you had done Seeking Justice. Mm-hmm. Was that the first time you and Eric met? You and Eric and Jeff?
Yeah. So Eric and I met 4 years ago. He was my first friend out here, and it was during Seeking Justice. I got here on a Wednesday. I did a callback Saturday, and then found out right away that we booked it. And then I think Sunday or Monday, we started going into rehearsals for it.
Wow.
And that's when I met Eric.
Do you like the horror stuff? Because you've done 2 or 3 of them, including the Lemonade series and other things. They're very almost Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys-ish type things.
Yeah.
So do you like that type of genre?
I do. I love horror. I kind of grew up doing a lot of horror films when I was younger, especially in the acting school film on-camera film classes that I took when I was younger. So much of that was just horror films that we would make, horror shorts, and then I did some features, and it was a lot of fun. And so doing it as an adult too, it's cool because like you just know how it works, so it's not as scary.
Yeah. You have something that I'd heard you mention before, and it's kind of in the lines of, I would say, thriller, not necessarily horror. But what's going on with curtains?
Oh, the curtain.
Yeah.
Which we now changed it to proscenium.
Okay.
But
and if they don't know, if you can give them a bit of a background on it, if you could, my co-host and our audience, a bit of a background on it.
So, Divergent House produced, and I came on board as, originally I was going to be a co-director, but then I decided I don't want to do it. But the guy that Jamie Edmondson, who I did the Lemonade Files with, we both co-directed that together. He wrote the curtains, and the curtain, and then he brought me on board, and then we brought on Divergent House to produce it. And so essentially it's about this man who moves to Los Angeles after a tragic accident happens to his partner, and he moves into this new apartment that's kind of sketchy. Weird things are happening, and he meets a few interesting characters, which includes my character and this older woman who takes care of the apartment. And it's essentially the horror aspect of it is that the apartment like takes in dreamers who don't know what to do with their lives or where to go next, and they kind of trap them in this apartment, and they live in their misery forever and ever and ever, and he's just trying to figure out how to escape.
Sounds very interesting. Do you know when this will be
Scary.
released?
It's a horror, yeah, it's a horror film. So it's cool. It's coming out. I mean, we're at the tail end of post-production. So it's going to hit the festival circuit in like next month, and we'll see
Okay.
where it gets in and gets picked up.
Awesome. My daughter will be super thrilled to hear that one.
Yeah, I'll
Marsha,
have to send you guys a link.
Yeah, definitely. Marcia, I'm going to throw it to you for a minute.
Oh, sure. Getting back to Campus Rivals, which obviously has been really popular, and one of the things that we noticed were some of the unique things about this project. And when you talk about Campus Rivals to other people, what do you say are some of the unique qualities of this project?
Well, I say that it feels like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I say it feels like early 2000s, late 90s, college romance movie, which is really fun. I like to compare it to like 10 Things I Hate About You. Oh my God, the one with Kate Hudson, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, like different stuff like that. There's a lot of those elements in there. And I mean, it has everything in terms of, you have like three-dimensional characters, you have strong female leads, you have flawed male leads as well, but they're not really abusive in any way, which is the typical tropes that we find in the verticals. You have a beautiful friendship between Autumn and Claire. And like also a justification for Hannah, for the villain, everything is justified by it. So I think that's what it is. I just think it's a very well thought out and well written piece that allowed the creators, like even Ting Ting, who was our director, or a wonderful director, to play and experiment and allow all the creatives really to put their hand in the pot and make a beautiful piece.
I noticed that about it when I watched it. It was very easy to watch it flow from one scene to another. And it was more seamless in the transitions from scenes, which was fun for me. And also all of the cameos that you were able.
Oh my goodness.
Adam and Eric. They're awesome.
We were counting, I think we were up to maybe 13 or 14 different cameos. I even thought that may start a trend in pulling in as many cameos from different actors. Have you heard other projects that are, because imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right?
I know, right? I haven't heard of anything yet. I mean, I don't know if I can say. There is one that I know of, but I don't think I can say.
No, you don't say anything.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. So nothing.
Well, I'm gonna say that there will probably be some, because it's been successful, and you see the response of your fans. That people really enjoy the whole experience. When you first get a script, back to, kind of the nuts and bolts. What is the first thing you do? Do you read it through, or do you jump to your part, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, I mean, I read it through, but it was so interesting. Taron Egerton, I don't know, you know that actor. He like he did he's a big time actor, did a bunch of movies. And I was listening to a podcast that he was on, which was Smartless. And he was talking about like when you get really excited reading and you get reading a script and you get really excited about your character, that you just start saying the lines out loud. And I found myself doing that with Campus Rivals. I started reading. I'm like, okay, like Adam sent me the script because we were going to do a chemistry read the next day. And he's like, hey, if you want to read the script, like, here it is. He sent it to me. I was reading the script. And I just kept getting excited. I'm like, oh my God, the dialogue is so good. So I started saying it aloud as I went. And I found myself just reading it aloud, which I never do, but reading it aloud, my character at least, aloud the whole way through. So yeah, so that's how I start. I tend to read it first, and then I'll go back in and take notes of like markings of what do people say about my character, what do I say about my character, how does my character walk, talk, what are some similarities in the dialogue in her everyday speech, just so that like also on the fly, if I need to come up with something and improvise, like I know what her dialogue is, like what is her way of talking.
Do you create a little backstory, a little more juice to your character? Kind of.
Yeah. I mean, it depends, right? It depends on the character that you're getting. It depends how much time you have. But I think it's fun. Like that's the beauty of it. You're playing pretend. It's imagination. And so if I can add more oomph to it and I can live more in this new character that I'm building, I think that's fun.
One of the fun things that you talked about in Campus Rivals was, and I asked about the hand gesture that you made, that you actually made up, that wasn't in the script, right?
Yeah. Lawson came up with that idea. She was like, it'd be so cute if we had like a little handshake. And day one, she said that. And I was like, absolutely, we need a handshake. And so there were so many times where we tried to put it in, but it just didn't make sense. So Tinky would be like, ladies, not the time. It would be like random, like very dramatic moments too. We'd be like, let's go. And then she's like, it's not the time. We're like, okay. So I think the ending of the movie was when it actually made the cut. Yeah. But it was just a cute moment between us, I thought.
Michael, do you want to take it, or?
Yeah, I'm going to take it. Yeah, I was going to. Okay. Some people have made comments of what you were just discussing. Tasia May says the cameos were so smart and fresh, and that is, and then Edward did ask a little while ago, and I couldn't get to it. Do you like playing the protagonist or the mean girl?
I like. So for me, it's not so much, is it the protagonist, is the mean girl? It depends on just the character in general and how they're written. So if it's a character that has multi-levels to her, if it's three-dimensional and I'm able to play and really just explore with it, that's when it gets fun for me. So then I don't mind. So like Claire Emerson, so fun to play because she's complex. She's a real human. This character that I'm playing tomorrow, I start a new vertical tomorrow, she's the antagonist. She's awful, but I would compare it to like Harley Quinn. It's crazy. She's crazy, but it's like, why is she crazy? And there's a whole backstory and reason for it. And you kind of see that even in the, first half of the film, you see that, which is cool for me. And so as long as there's levels and it's fun and interesting and I can explore, then I don't have a preference, I guess.
Well, it's basically, if they're three-dimensional, that's what you like.
Yes.
You don't like cookie cutter.
I mean, maybe on a day where I'm overwhelmed, but I'm like, I just want to play a simple character, maybe. But
yeah, that's only got 5 lines versus 120 in a day.
If I'm getting paid the same, maybe I'll take the 5 lines.
because there'll be 5 good lines, right?
There'll be 5 good lines.
But I'll usually ask this question to everybody, but we've gone through about 2/3 of our thing at least. But when you started Verticals and you had to try to explain to your friends what in the world you were doing, how would you explain it to them?
It's a soap opera. It's a soap opera that's easily accessible on your phone. Is the best way to, I would say, because even Dhar, Mann, the kids show that I do for YouTube, Dhar, Mann, I say, is a kids soap opera. It's very G-rated, but kids love it because it still has that over-the-top elements. You know, there's character archetypes, stuff like that. And now this is like adult soap opera. You know, again, everything is still big, but then now we're coming out with, you know, Campus Rivals, which I feel like is more. There's some more ground to it. It's not as over the top. It's more grounded. There's some other projects that I see that are coming out that, again, are more grounded. So then it'll be interesting to see how we describe it. But yeah, I think it's just cool that you have something easily accessible on your phone.
That is true, and it's very addicting.
Yeah.
It's very sad, but it's very addicting. Liz, do you have anything else that you had to discuss, or?
Well, actually, just a couple quick things. One, if you had to look back and tell your younger self something, if you're just getting into this, what are the 3 things that you would tell yourself going forward into this business?
Trust the process. It's going to be a roller coaster, and enjoy the ride. It's all about, it's a journey, really. So trust the process. I had a friend give me a really great visual once, where she said, it's like you're planting seeds. So this is how, and this is just life in general. You're planting seeds. You don't know what's going to happen. Some of it's going to grow. Some of it's going to never, you know, plop out, or some of it's going to die. But eventually you'll have a garden. And sometimes you might need to water it. And so that means, like, continue to whatever connection you made on set, or with someone that you ran into at the bar or something like that, you know, try to continue those connections, water the plants every so often. But also, it's going to rain. It will rain. So your flowers, the seeds that you planted, it's going to turn into flowers eventually. And so just keep going, keep moving forward, keep doing what you're doing, work hard, and then you're going to see those seeds become flowers or fruits or trees. To trust the process. The second one is, it's like the industry is like a roller coaster. You're going to have your really high highs, and it's going to be amazing, and you're going to be working nonstop and being on the biggest thing, and then all of a sudden you're down again. But just because you're down doesn't mean you're going to be down forever. You'll be able to come back up again. And then the third thing, I forgot what I said.
Enjoy.
What did I say?
Enjoy the ride.
Oh, enjoy the ride. Thank you. Enjoy the ride. It's all about the journey. It's, if you keep thinking, and I used to do this all the time, like the destination, if I need to just get to LA, or I need to book this Disney project, or I need this, then I'll be happy. And I have some friends that still think that way, and it destroys them. And it's so sad to see that so many great things and opportunities are happening to them, and I'm congratulating them, and they're like, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. But it's like, but take it all in. Look, everything around you is beautiful and is amazing. And so for me, that's kind of how I've been living. It's just, you know, enjoy the journey of it all, because by that time I'm on, you know, that big Netflix series, or I'm on the big screen. Like, yeah, I'll have that, but I'm going to still want more after that. So
yeah, definitely. And the other fun thing I wanted to ask you was, I know that you come from a multicultural family. Have you ever gotten so frustrated with things, either on set, doing your lines, or just in general with your friends, that you'll accidentally slip into like your mother's native language instead of English?
Oh, Portuguese. I do it sometimes. And I feel like I usually do it in a joking manner, more so than, yeah, I usually do it in a joking manner. I'm like, ai meu Deus do céu, gente, nossa, não acredito. Like I'll go crazy, like, I'll be over dramatic, like I'll just be dramatic about it, and my friends are like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I feel like that's kind of how that's what I tend to do. I feel like I joke about it.
My sister-in-law is from China, and when she gets mad, it'll just burst out. And it's like, Alex, seriously? But so. Okay, Marcia, I'm going to toss it over to you.
Sure. You've done you've been working in this business since you were a child, and you're doing more and more different things. Have you learned a skill or something that you didn't know or didn't know how to do in one of your projects that you kind of liked and have taken into your everyday life? Fencing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I learn everywhere I go. I learn from every set, like every experience. But there's always there's also little reminders too that I get from some people. I mean, the biggest thing is I have a friend that I worked with that I met at Dhar Mann originally, and then he helped me get into the vertical space. But he is so fast at memorizing, like unbelievably fast. He'll look at it and put it down. And I'm like, what the heck? And he'll memorize on set too. I'm like, how do you do this?
I hate people like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not fair. You have a photographic memory. And he's like, no, I don't have a photographic memory.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Well, he taught me some skills to memorize quickly. Now I can't do it like him yet, but I feel like he's been practicing that a lot longer than I have. And maybe his IQ is a little higher than me, but I will never truly admit that. But yeah, I've learned some skills just to really focus and be like, okay, got it. Let's go.
Right.
And maybe it'll disappear in 5 minutes from now, but at least I have it.
You have it for the when you need it.
Once.
I have it for when I need it. Yeah. So I feel like that's a major skill that I recently learned.
That's important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing is you have a growing fan base, lots of people who are excited to see you in projects and who maybe would like to meet you in person at an event or a convention or something like that. Do you have anything on the horizon coming up?
I don't at the moment. But I would love to do that one day. I would love to meet fans in person. I think that would be amazing. But as of right now, I don't have anything.
Have you been recognized by fans and said, "Oh, what was that? What's that like?"
It's so funny each time. It's so shocking. I don't know. Yeah. So originally, because of Dhar Mann, I used to only play the mean girl on there. So when it first started happening, it was hilarious because I'd be with my mom or my dad or whoever really, and I'd be walking and all of a sudden you see a kid just stop, and because I was a mean girl, they would get scared, so they'd be and they run away, grab their parent, and their parent would be like, "Oh my god, can we do?" And they're like, "Mom, no," and I'm like, I swear I'm not mean in real life. I hope not, but I'm not. And so then of course we would take a photo and everything, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're cool." And then everything transitioned, and I started only playing the good girl roles on Dhar Mann, and now the verticals. It's kind of a mix, which is still fun. But yeah, now it's all the time. If there is kids in public, someone knows. And so it's sweet. I love it. I love when they come up and want to take a photo. It's the best feeling.
That's neat.
Yeah.
So what are the same things that you're excited about as far as moving verticals forward to new things? What are some of the things that excite you about what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, what's exciting is seeing where just the industry goes in general. I feel like there's always the film industry. There's always different eras and different things, like, from DVDs, black and white to color, sound, no sound to sound, now streaming platforms, and now vertical social media. It's really fascinating to see what happens next, and I see that. I mean, based on like Campus Rivals and a few other projects that have popped up that I've been a part of, and I've seen other people doing, it's becoming where the scripts are better. There's more inclusivity, which is amazing, because right now, we really need that with the verticals. That's really falling behind, and that's sad for 2025 for us to be here. So just having all of that starting to change is exciting, and to see where that goes. And then, now seeing just like the verticals are presenting a challenge, I think, to the industry, where it's like non-union productions, independent studios, independent productions coming up. Whereas we had a lot of studio, the big studios were kind of taking over Hollywood, and they still do. But it's cool to see that, there's still more of a rise of the indie world, because whenever there's a challenge presented, I feel like better material comes out of it. So we'll see.
Yeah. A year and a half ago, I knew nothing about verticals, and when I first heard about it, I thought, "What is this mess?" But it has become something that is interesting, and I see is exciting for actors. And I'm looking forward to see where you're going to take it next, because you're a writer, producer. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Thanks. Me too.
Liz, do you have any closing remarks or question? Or
Not really, other than to say thank you very, very much for taking time with us. It's very appreciated.
Yes.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Marcia, anything closing? Or
Well, just one funny thing. Please forgive me. I've taken to looking at the titles, which can be outrageous. So I like to pick out a title. The title I picked out of yours was selfishly, "My Gangster Baby Daddy Pampers Me to Paradise."
Someone reached out to me about that the other day, and I said, I'm keeping that one. I'm keeping that one on the resume, on the IMDb. I don't care. Put
it
me
clicks
up.
all the boxes. It clicks them all.
And originally the title was My Gangster Baby Daddy Loves Me to Death, which I thought flowed better. But I guess Pampers Me works too. But yeah, I don't know. I like that title. I'm keeping it.
And I say selfishly because your character is Marcia, and my name is Marcia, so I'm keeping that one too.
So, Marcia, you want to be in the sequel? Is that what you're saying? Is that?
You'll take my character. I don't remember what happens to me. Something happens.
Something happens.
We can be replaced. You can replace me.
Oh, I'm sure. But thank you so much. Yes, I'll echo Liz, and yes, thank you for sharing with us today.
And I would like to thank all the people that were here live with us that asked questions. We do appreciate it. Sorry, a couple of our Facebook links did not work, but I got a notice right when we went on air, and there's nothing I can do about it, sadly, after it goes on. But please do like, subscribe, and follow us so you don't miss anything. Those that are listening that found us on Instagram, we do not stream to Instagram, mainly because we can't see the comments from Instagram yet. I'm hoping that StreamYard's going to change that eventually, but we don't stream there because we know people like to do the comments and have them shown on air with us. Mm-hmm. So thank you all for coming.
And we do have Vanessa Nottingham's Instagram there.
Yes, we do have that. So you can ask her more questions about the gangster baby daddy or whatever, and all that stuff, and all the things that are going on. And just quickly, I would like to tell you what's coming on Talented Universe in the next few days. If you are into the TNT show, The Librarians, the next chapter, we've got two of the guests coming up in the next week. Tomorrow we have Alexa Samardich, who plays Winslow Lynch, one of the bad guys in the show. And then on the 10th, we have Sam Bell, who played in The Librarian. She played the tarot card reader in one of the episodes, and that we're excited to have her come on. She's been in a lot of other stuff. If you are interested, I know some people are here, vertical dramas, we have Travis Lincoln Cox coming on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. And if you were ever into America's Got Talent a few years ago, there was a group of guys that called, oh golly, now the name is gone. Oh golly, yeah, they did something Impact Movement. He's going to kill me that I can't remember the name of the group. But he's going to be on. He's been on with us again. He is running for Mr. USA. So he's going to be talking about what he's done since he was on America's Got Talent and all the other stuff. So that's what's coming up in the next few days. And he will be on next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Positive Impact Movement. I know it would come to me. So everyone, take care, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.